Hey guys, it's Vanity Ezel, back again for another Card Fight Vanguard Ezel on the Vanity weekly reveal. So if you guys enjoy, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to the Patreon. And let's get everyone started. I'm not even going to bother trying to hide it this time. I'm recording this 2 days early than when I normally record these because I know I'm going to be busy as hell this week. So I was looking at the video up on normal time, well, what is considered normal time now, but it's, for the record, I have no idea at the moment of recording this what is going to be revealed on Tuesday, what is going to be revealed on Monday, because I'm literally recording this on a Sunday. So for right now, I'm going to tell you my opinion on the cards that we do know, and then wait for Tuesday to come, and then we'll have an actual opinion of everything overall, hopefully. So let's go ahead and get this started. First up, we have a new grade 2 for Shaman King. More Shaman King cards. I love them so much. That is not sarcasm. Laws Marco Lasso. Okay, yeah, I'll give that name something. I actually do like that name. 10k base, 5k shield, grade 2 with intercept. Auto when it's placed on rear. Counterblast 1, search your effort to 1. Archangel Micheal, call it to rear and shuffle your deck. None of you heard what I just did. I hope none of you heard what I just did. But, I have an idea for something now, and now I'm wondering if I would get copyright struck for trying it. I don't think I will. If I do, so be it, but for now, that gives me an idea. So, really nice, it can just get you a call of a specific unit. I really like those cards that, get a call out, so if the unit's good, then that's worth doing. And continues rear during your turn, all of your Archangel Micheals in the same column as it get plus 10k in a crit. Okay, if Micheal is a grade 1, or a grade 0 for that matter, it has at least over 10k power with an extra crit, but the crit wouldn't matter unless it was in the front row, so this becomes effectively useless because it has intercept. But it's fine, you're pumping up a unit by 10k and a crit, so you're giving it an effective booster, plus you're giving it more crit, so I like it. So I give it a 3 over 4 of. Micheal is not a grade 1 or 2, a grade 1 or trigger, it's a grade 3, which is 13k base, grade 3 200% res, most grade 3s are. Auto when it's placed on rear, if your opponent's Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater, rest a unit with marker on its card name, this thing, and your opponent chooses a card from their hand or one or more of their rear guards and discards that card or retires that rear guard. So either they lose a hand card or they lose a rear guard, and if a card was not put into drop zone this way, they take a damage. So they have to pick. If they have the ability to get rid of something, they have to get rid of something, and if they don't get rid of something, they take a damage. So they have nothing on board, nothing in hand, I believe. They take a damage because it doesn't say choose up to one, it says they have to choose one. So Micheal over here, really nice with that on-play skill, and that's a 23k with double crit, and just kind of does damage or makes them lose something. So all around, really nice, very simple, really good, not something too broken. 4 of. Next up, we have Emus Nokipekonr. That is not how you say that. If I said that remotely right, I'm buying a lottery ticket. If I said that remotely right, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. Grade 3, normal order, Shaman King / normal order, Horo. I said I wasn't going to say it that way, and I did it again. Play it by counterblasting 1 if you have a unit with Horo in its card name. Draw a card, choose one of your Vanguards with Horo in its name. It gets plus 10k for the turn. So, you get a draw, and your Vanguard gets plus 10. Okay, nothing too good, nothing too bad. All around, I like it. 2 of, 3 of. Next up, we have Maiden of Bright Spring Lexy. Grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Auto rear when the attack it boosted hits a Vanguard. Soul Blast 1 bind it. Choose one of your Blitz orders from your drop zone and add it to hand. So way to recycle Blitz orders, which is really nice because I know a few decks use them like Ghost Chase. I will never willingly use Ghost Chase. I used it in my budget Magnolia deck that I never used after the budget video because I didn't like Magnolia using Ghost Chase because it bothered me immensely. I don't run it in Zorgo, which is the only deck I would willingly run it in. And then I don't run it in Flagberg because I prefer In Search of an Ideal Far Away. So, Lexy, as much as she doesn't help me at all with the way I play this game, unless they make a Zorga that activates for Blitz orders, which I want so badly. Bushy, do it. I know you can. I know you're thinking about it, Bushy. Do it. Follow through with it. Lexy would be really nice for all those people who do run those Blitz orders. So 3 of, 4 of if you choose to run her. Next up, we have 5 Great Spirits, Spirit of Fire. I am so disappointed by that name because when I read 5 Great Spirits for the first time without looking at his art, I thought he was going to be part of like the 5 Great Nations from the first set, and he was going to be like a really cool new thing for Dragon Empire. Or, I don't know why I think it'd be Dragon Empire specifically, but I was just thinking that the 5 Great Nations, they're making one singular card, like how their Stoichea's made, whose name I completely forgot, unless the name actually was Stoichea. So, I kind of regret that. Wish they didn't make it 5 Great Spirit of Fire, but it's fine. Auto rear, it's the same stats as every other grade 3. When your opponent's rear guard is retired due to your card's ability, if you have a unit with Hao in its card name, you may soul charge 1. Souls per turn soul charge, which is fine, nothing too special about it. And auto rear, when it attacks a Vanguard, if you have a unit with Hao in its card name, it's under battle, it gets plus 20 crit. Bushy Y. Just bushy Y. Why do they do this? Why do they make all the decks that won't get support have that skills? I somewhat answered my own question doing that, but my point is, why? Because by the time, if they choose to support this again, that assumes that that skill is going to carry over for the rest of the game, or like still make this thing on balance if they allow this in tournaments. I don't know how they do crossover decks in tournaments if you're actually allowed to use them. I'm not so sure, but I'm not saying it's a bad skill. It's a fine skill, but it's for free. And the only restriction is that you have to have a Hao. So, why? That's always something that bothers me. If they just make a good skill and there's literally no cost to it besides one thing that is really easy to pull off. Like, that is no problem. Especially because there's something called a ride deck, and I'm pretty sure one of the ride lines is called Hao. If there's not, then I'm stupid, but even then, I'm pretty sure there are units that can call Hao. So, 3 of, 4 of, I guess. Oh, speak of the devil, Hao. Maybe this is a Hao. Maybe I'm stupid and there's actually not a ride line for Hao. Maiden in the Stars, Asakura Hao. 10k base, 5k shield, grade 2 with intercept. Auto rear, when you're 5 Great Spirit of Fire, in the same combat as it attacks. Rest this unit, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and kill it. So, rest it, murder rear guard, get a soul charge. Okay, fair enough. I guess it's fine. You know, get you a kill. 4 of, 3 of, I guess. Next up, we have the final obstacle in the path. Grade 3 normal order. If you have a unit with Hao in its card name and a 5 Great Spirit of Fire unit on your van or rear guard, play this with Counterblast 1 and retire all of your opponent's rear guards. Where is this for Eugene? I'm sorry, but why doesn't Eugene have this? Because this feels like something that they would have given to Eugene. I'm not saying Eugene needs this, because Eugene can work perfectly fine without it. But this feels like something that should belong to Eugene and not to this. Why? Just, why is this here? Oh, Counterblast 1, nuke everything. And the only requirements are that you have this thing and something with Hao in its card name. Sure, I don't know why I care anymore. 3 of, 2 of, I guess. I don't know. 5 of, because apparently Bushy wants to break their own rules. Next up, Silva. Just straight up Silva. Grade 2 intercept, 5k shield, 10k base. One of my favorite looking cards out of these. In fact, my only favorite looking card out of these. Auto, van, or rear. When placed, reveal the top card of your deck if it is a Silver Arms card or an Orders from Goldva. Add it to your hand and discard it if it's not. So pretty much, on place, you get a look. If it's something you want to add, if it's one of the 2 cards, it goes to hand. If it's not, it goes to drop. Fun part about this is, it is a Vanguard rear guard skill. So automatically, if for some reason there is a missing ride line, or this is supposed to go in a ride line, or even if it doesn't, you have an alternate grade 2, because it does not require any other part of a ride line to use its skill. If it does have a ride line of its own, it can be used on rear, so if it does have a specific ride line, there's purpose of running it outside of deck, and besides the 2k skill, and all around, really good. Bushy, this is what I'm talking about. Keep doing this. That's actually a really good idea. I don't care if it's just an all-play skill. Give us more things like this. And then act van or rear, put a total of 5 silver arm units, carved with different names from your hand or rear guard into your soul. Search your deck for once Silva's test, reveal it, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. Yes, Bushy, keep doing this. You have to shove 5 cards to soul, and most likely some of them are going to be from hand, but hey, you get a free Silva's test and add it to hand. What that is, we'll go over later, and you get to shuffle your deck. So I say 4 of. 4 of in a Silva deck, because clearly there's something important about it if it has its own order named after it. Next up, we have a bunch of cards with similar names. Silva Arms, Silver Horn. Grade 1, boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Take a shot of water every time I say silver in this episode, because it's going to get a lot, because I've already said it twice here, and I've already said it just twice more, or 3 times more, actually. So, act, rear, once per turn, soul boss 1, it gets plus 5k for the turn. Just a 13k base. Sure. Nothing too special about it. I mean, you get 5 soul out of this, so I guess it's fine. Silver Arms, Silver Shield. I swear my voice is cracked. Grade 1, boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Continuous guard circle. If you have a silver rear guard, it gets plus 5k shield. So automatically, that most likely says that there's not a ride line of it, but that's fine, because he's an alternate ride line card. Once more, Bushy, make more of these. I swear, please, do it. I know you're evolving Nirvana and everything, and I know you're evolving, like, all the original ride lines, but if they're not going to get, like, upgraded versions of their grade 1s and 2s, which I doubt they'll do, can you, or maybe they will, but if you don't, can you still give us, like, alternate ride line cards that are fair for everyone? Like, Brantgate. Brantgate is very easy. Make it anything that involves a set order. Just say on place or on a ride, or sorry, when ridden upon. Search your deck for a set order. Bushy, we would appreciate something like that. Granted, that might not help out Gravidia as much, but it would still be useful in the other two. So, just saying. So this is just a 10k shield if you have a silver rear guard. Silver Arms, Silver Tail, 8k base, 5k shield, grade 1 with boost. Continues rear during your turn. If you have another unit with Silva or Silver Arms in the same column as this unit, it gets plus 5k power, so 13k base as well, except for free, so automatically this is better than this. But considering you have to have 5 different ones, I'm assuming there's only 5, so you have to run this, unfortunately. Next up, we have Silver Arm, Silver Rod, 8k base, 5k shield, grade 1 with boost. That is not a rod. Continuous back or rear guard circle. This unit can boost for the battle your other front row unit attacked. Okay, that is an actual interesting thing. Because that means, say for example, you have 2 rear guards on a column, right? Or like 2 rear guards on separate columns, of course your Vanguard. So say, for example, your Vanguard swung, but this is behind it, and you know your other rear guard that's in front of this won't hit. You could just use this, boost the Vanguard. Now, I am pretty sure how rulings work with this is that you can only boost once. So you can't just do boost with this and boost what's actually behind the Vanguard. If I'm wrong, then cool. Then this deck is a lot better than I thought it would be. And if I'm right, then logically that makes a lot of sense. Either way, Silver Rod's really nice, helps keep your opponent on their toes, and if they pull a trigger, doesn't mean a lot of things are guaranteed now, and makes, I guess, attacking a lot easier. 4 of 3 of. That's actually one of the ones I have an actual opinion about. The other ones you run because you have to. Next up, we have Silver Arm, Silver Wing. Okay, call us what it is. It's a bald fucking eagle. Grade 1, boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Continues to rear all of your Silver Arm rear guards in the same column as it cannot be attacked. So pretty much some of them get immunity. I think this one deserves it the most. This one can kind of go to hell for me, but whatever. So really cool. And then we have Silva's Test, our order that we search. Grade 2, normal order if you have a Shaman unit with Silva in its card name. Soul Blast 5 Silver Arm units with different card names. And was there only 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, there was exactly 5. Choose one of your Shaman units with Silva in its card name. Gets plus 50 power and 5 crits. I knew it was too good to be true. They made cards that did not have some BS or like really bad or broken skills that had no reason being what they were, and then they made this. And the only requirement is that you have to have 5 Silver Arms with different names, which, depending on what else they release for Shaman King, if they're not done yet, might not be that hard. I wouldn't even be that mad if it was just 50 power and 2 crits. Like, 2 crits is fine with me. It's a bit overkill in my opinion, so maybe 1 crit, but still, 2 crits, fine with me. 5 plus crit. I don't understand why it's like that, because it's plus 10 and plus 1 crit for each of the Silver Arms, but freaking plus 50 and 5 crit. Why? Why? You actually need a PG to stop this. And if they, for some reason, give this deck a PG stopper, then Bushy has just said F it and made Shaman King the inherently most possible meta deck out there, because you could just kill your opponent on grade 2 turn and they wouldn't be able to stop you if they had a PG stopper. I don't know what they're going for here, but sure. 3, I guess. Next up, we have orders from Goldva. Grade 2, normal order, perform one of the following: either draw 1 or reveal the top 2 and add all Silva/Silver Arms cards from them to your hand and discard the rest. So a free draw 1 or a free add the top 2/mill the top 2. Okay, you know, fair enough. It's not necessarily broken. I question why it doesn't have a cost. I feel like even normal Bushy cards would put a cost on this, like Soul Blast 1, discard 1 maybe, Counter Blast 1, I don't know, but I feel like it would be something. But it's not terrifying unlike this thing over here. So I give this a 3 of. Like, I actually do like this card because it's free. It may be for free, but it's not broken, and it doesn't have some flashy ass skill that isn't needed to be there. So yeah, I really like this card, and I'll give it a 3 of. Continue with Tuesday's reveals, which funnily enough had by the way, this is not my live thing for Tuesday. We have some nice Sealed Blaze Maiden cards, so we'll go ahead and get to those when we get past these next few reveals. First up, we have Faust 8th's pet, Frankensteiny. 6k base, 5k shield, great on with boost, auto when it's placed on rear. If you have a Vanguard with Faust the 8th in its card name, look at the top 2 cards. Choose up to 1 card among them with either Faust the 8th or Eliza in its card name each. Reveal them, add them to your hand, and discard the rest. So basically, if both the top are Faust and Eliza cards, you can add them both to hand, and because it says each, or you could just discard them both, or like get one and then discard the other. Either way, Frankenstein is really good. He does it for free. The only downside is he's an on place, but honestly, one of the best cards in my opinion to come out of Shaman King, because that's a really good searcher and is not extremely broken. 3 or 4 of. Next up, we have combat spells equipped. Grade 2 normal order Tao Jun. Play this card if you have a unit with Tao Jun in its name. Choose one of your units that gets with Leon Prawn in its card name, and it gets plus 10 for the turn. So I think Leon Prawn was the grade 1, so it's an 18k now. And if your opponent's Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater, you get an additional... Oh, sorry, you get to play an additional order this turn. I thought I said you get an additional turn. I was going to say, that's a lot. That's really good. That's broken for a grade 2 order. That granted is once per turn, but if it gives you another turn for free, kind of bullshit. So, you get some plus 10s, which is really nice, and you get to play an additional order, which means you can kind of just set these off multiple times a turn and then play like 5 orders in a go. So automatically, this thing's a really good card. I wish it had some form of a cost, but I'm still fine with the way it is. 3 of, 4 of. Next up, we have card I'm not even going to try to bother pronouncing. Who am I? I'm going to try pronouncing anyways. Yuzolzan Luxuya. If I said any of that remotely right, I'm going to be so surprised. Grade 2, normal order, Tao Jun. Played if you have a unit with Tao Jun in its name, choose one of your units with Li Peron in its card name, and until end of turn it gets auto rear. When this unit attack hits, choose an opponent's Vanguard and deal a damage. So it could just hit anything, and it does a free damage. Why, Bushy? Why? I was in such a good mood, and then you had to ruin it. 2 of, 3 of, I guess. I'm not saying it's a bad card, I'm just saying, we all know my opinion on these. I wish they had a cost. And then when it's something that does a free damage, when other decks have to like go through so much to do this, I feel like it's just like they're showing favoritism, or like they're not trying anymore is basically what I'm trying to say here. Next up is Tamao's Fortune Telling. Grade 2 normal order Tamao Tamaru. If you have a unit with Tamu Tamaru in its card name, play this by Soul Blasting 1. Draw a card and reveal the top card of your deck. If it is not a trigger, choose one of your Tamao Tamaru units and it gets plus 10k power. So either you draw a card and look at the top card, because either way it goes back to the top. Either it's a trigger and someone's going to get plus 10 and whatever slash a million, depending on what that trigger is, and then get another effect based off what that trigger is during the battle phase. Or if it's not a trigger, someone's at least getting plus 10. So guaranteed you're getting some form of a draw trigger, because this gives you a draw out of it. So I say 3 of this card, because it's really good. Next up we have Oversoul, Great Tao Dragon. That is Shinron with some derpy-ass face, and I hate this card so much now that I've looked at it. Grade 3, normal order, Tao Yun. Play this if you have a unit with Tao Yun in its name. Choose one of your units with Tao Yun in its name, and until end of turn it gets plus 5k power for every 2 cards in your soul with Tao in their names. So, I guess okay, it gives power. God, this thing is ugly. I like the name so much, and then I just liked how I only ever saw the face, and now that I see the body... 2 over 3 if you want to run this. I'm not going to play Shaman King, but even if I did, I wouldn't run this despite the fact of how much I like the name. I hate that art so much, and I cannot stand looking at it. And I went to Sealed Blaze Maiden reveals. Sealed Blaze Dragon Ihsita, 7k base, 5k shield, grade 1 with boost. Continues rear during your turn. This unit gets plus 2k for each card in your Vanguard circle, includes the arms but not the soul. So this thing, for now, until they add more ways that you can arm multiple cards at once besides just the 2, this is a 13k base. No, wait, no, it's not. Yes, it is. It's a 13k base. So automatically that's really good, especially because Bavsargra can keep calling stuff from drop. And that card looks really cool. It looks like a double rare to me. Dude, I want to see the holo of this, because that would look so good and feel so good on my hands. Ihsita is an amazing grade 1, and I like it. Because that's the fun thing about Bavsargra. They don't have to have, like, really good skills. As long as they're grade 1s, they're recyclable. So automatically they're good already. So 3 of, 4 of. Then we have Sealed Blaze Dragon
Sikshanya, 10k base, grade 2, intercept 5k shield, auto when it's placed on rear, discard an arms card, draw a card, and this unit gets plus 5 for the turn. Okay, so discard an arms, draw, gets plus 5. Unfortunately, there's no real way to recycle arms except by Hellbladra. And I think the grade 3 can do it, counterblast 1 on place, get arms back to hand. As much as I like those cards, I kind of feel like it's not worth it, because I don't like that grade 3, especially because it's a counterblast, and you need counterblast to even use the sword. And then this thing, if I wasn't bothered by the grade 3 counterblast, I would run this, because then I could loop them together. But because I can't, then I'm not going to do this, because then at that point, it's only for shield fodder, and I use the shield even if I don't have to, just so I can get a call and a sword charge out of it. So as much as I like this card, and I really do think it's a good card, I'm not going to run it. If you want to run it, 3 of, 4 of, but I don't want to run it because it requires me running the other grade 3 to be useful, or for me to be comfortable with it, and it doesn't feel like something I want to do. So, yeah. And then we have Homing Pendulum, grade 2, normal order, Lysurg. If you have a unit with Lysurg in its card name, play this by Soul Blasting 1 and Counter Blasting 1. Choose one of your units with Lysurg in its name, and at the end of turn, whenever that unit attack, it battles all your opponent's front row units. Basically, it's just an all-in-one kill. They stole it straight from the Vermilion. But it's still cool. Definitely a good card. I say 2 of or 3 of. If only we knew what Lysurgs were, unless I'm completely forgetting them. This card! I know where this comes from, and I hate all of... sorry, let me phrase that. I know what card is in that art, but here's the thing, and I hate that card so much, but I like the way this thing looks, the way it looks here, so I'm going to give it a pass on that one. Game win! Blitz Order, grade 2, Choco Love. If you have a unit with Choco Love in its name, play this by counterblasting 1. All of your opponent's front row units lose 5k for the turn. I both like this card and hate that card. At least it has a cost. That's all I'm going to say about it. At least it has a cost for the 5k minus. I'll give it that. Amazing card. 3 of. And then we have our last card for today, which is Wait For Me! Grade 1, normal order, play it by counterblasting 1, look at the top 2, choose 1 from among them, add it to hand, put the other to soul. So really nice, just a free top 2 look, well not free, but like a top 2 look, which all around is a really good thing. I like the top 2 looks, they're amazing. 2 of, 3 of. And that was the week's reveals, so hope you guys enjoyed. This has been interesting, and I kind of cannot wait to see where all of them go. I want to see where Sealed Blaze Maidens go. I want to somewhat see where Shaman King goes, just so I can see it. And then soon we're going to get set 4 stuff, so... I'll see you all next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join the Patreon, join the Discord, follow the Twitch, and don't forget to stand up your Vanguards.